beer tubers, and welcome to another beer review with me, Peter the Master of Puppets. Today joined by...
Again, Jacob the Long Malt.
Yes, and we're going to be looking at the other variant of the Emelisse White Label Imperial Stout. And this one being the Bowmore Barrel Aged Edition. Also at 11%. Bowmore, the first ever, or the first or oldest, I think it's the first Isla distillery. Isn't it something like that, Martin? Yeah, well, he knows his way. So, and I actually have a Bowmore 15, aka Mariner, standing right up there. So we could try that. I don't know. We'll see. But this is aged in those kind of barrels, so it should be interesting to see if this is more smoky than the peated Jack Daniels version. So let's get it cracked. So we got the Bowmore version poured. Same color, pitch black, tan head. Let's check out the aroma.
Bigger head though.
Yeah, lots more barrel character. Really like peaty, well not minerally, but no, not meaty. Peated malt is that classic peat malt aroma, but I don't know if it's minerally per se. But it's got a little bit of a mineral kind of almost saltiness.
Yeah, and also kind of like a old wooden kind of like railway wood smell to like tarry kind of.
Yeah, and the thing is, this really hides the ABV, the alcohol, compared to the other one. Well, I think it's because it's so intense, the peaty notes, but the peat dominates the aroma, but not as much as the Jack Daniels peat version. This has more balances. This has some of the kind of dark fruits, dried dark fruits, raisins, figs, that kind of stuff. A little bit of licorice, not really like dark chocolate and roasty kind of aromas per se in here. A little bit of red grape as well.
Yeah, I agree, red grape, but it's very subtle.
Yeah, I mean the kind of peated barrel there dominate. Let's give it a taste.
Yeah, cheers.
Wow, yeah, the bulk. This is much more, and it worked. This is much more. This worked. This is much more barrel forward in the sense of the type of barrel that's used. You really taste the Isla whiskey, but I think it works better with the base beer because it had those really dry, roasty flavors. Kind of the other one, the wild turkey, and I feel and I feel like bourbon works best with like sweeter beers, but if you have some of these dry, ashy, burnt, roasty flavors that you get in this one, works much better with peated like Isla whiskey barrel aging. And this, I think that's why I probably like the other one better, and because I'm a sucker for peat. But real nice peaty.
And mouthfeel is still kind of like full. It's not the fullest of full, but it's still full.
Yeah, creamy.
Creamy.
Yeah, the barrel character really stands out, but I guess it's just because peat is so much more dominating.
Peat?
I don't know if I might like this more than Jack Daniels barrel aged peat version because I feel like here it's more in balance.
Yeah.
And the other one was super peaty, but here you get like the peat notes, but you get some of the vanilla, and then you get the mineral kind of almost like salty flavors.
Yeah.
Toffee, dark caramel, but aftertaste is just like ashy, dark roast, and smoke. Peated smoke. So rating wise, for the Bowmore White Label version of Emelisse's Imperial Russian Stout, I'm gonna go 95. I think this is really good. I prefer this over the peated Jack Daniels version. Peated malt version aged in Jack Daniel barrels that I reviewed. Just because this has more emphasis on the barrel. The other one was just a lot of peat, and it worked really well with the type of Imperial Stout as this does. But the peated or Isla whiskey barrels, and this just works so much better in my mind. Just because you get those kind of minerally, it reminds me of the sea. And peaty flavors that just works well with the kind of Imperial Stout that's super roasty and ashy and tarry.
I'm gonna say 90 and say that I enjoy the Emelisse White Label peated more than I did with this.
But this feels more intense, maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, probably, but I do enjoy it. It's a good beer and worth trying out, but it's just like I did enjoy the other one more.
That's like for me with Imperial Stout. Either I really love the really sweet ones, And I really love it when they get all peaty and smoky.
Yeah. But the other one was peated and smoked as well, but sweet.
Yeah, it was sweeter. This one is not really sweet at all. It's just peat monster. But it's still, yeah, dry. It's quite dry actually. Actually, the aftertaste is really dry and oaky. But really good stuff. Definitely check out the Emelisse Imperial Russian Stout White Label Bowmore Barrel Aged Edition if you can get it. So far, my favorite in the different variants they do of their Imperial Russian Stout White Label, whatever you're going to call it. They do a lot of different versions of this. So yeah, definitely let us know what you think of this one if you've had it. As always, remember to comment, subscribe, check out the Facebook fan page and Twitter, and I'm going to say cheers. We're going to say cheers. We're going to see you guys in another beer review.